So let's have a look at this question 3 of the mock paper 5. In this question, give us a function f of x and telling us to use the factor theorem to show that 3x minus 2 is a factor of f of x. So if 3x minus 2 is a factor of f of x, that means that must be equal to 0. So what we can do in order to prove this is we can find the value for x when this is equal to 0 and substitute that value into our function. So let's have a look at that. So 3x minus 2, given that that's my factor, that will be equal to 0. So from there, I can rearrange to write 3x is equal to 2 by taking the minus 2 to the other side. And from there, I can say x is equal to 2 over 3. So that means if x equal to 2 over 3 is one of the roots, then when I put it into the function, I should be getting 0 as my answer. So let's do that. So that will be f of 2 over 3. And if I substitute this in, so that'll be 3 bracket 2 over 3 cubed minus 20, 2 over 3 squared plus 45, 2 over 3 minus 22. And if you put this in a calculator, then that should give you an answer of 0. And hence, this is shown that f of x, f of 2 over 3 will be a root. So 3x minus 2 is one of the roots. And that's it for part A. Moving on to part B, it says hence, so using the answer from part A, show that the equation of f of x equals 0 has only one real root. So when he's speaking about one real root, in this case meaning that to show that 3x minus 2 is the only root, so in this case this is a cubic, so this cubic can be factorized by taking 3x minus 2 out, and that will leave us with a quadratic equation. And with that quadratic equation, we can show that it has no solution by using the discriminant. So that would mean b squared minus 4ac will be less than 0 if it has no solution. So let's give it a go to that. So in order to do this, we have to use a long division to do it. So that's the way that I'm taking at least. So I'm going to rewrite my f function inside. So that'll be 3x cubed minus 20x squared plus 45x minus 22, and I'm dividing by 3x minus 2. So how do we do this long division here? So we do it by focusing ourselves to the 3x part. You have to ask yourself, what do you need to multiply the 3x by in order to get 3x cubed? And in this case, we have to multiply by x squared. So if you multiply the whole equation here by x squared, so that will give us 3x cubed minus 2x squared. Once you have done that, you need to switch the sign of the results that you have. So therefore, this becomes from positive 3x cubed to a negative 3x cubed, and the minus 2x squared will become plus 2x squared. So if I do this calculation now, 3x cubed minus 3x cubed cancel out. There's nothing to report. Minus 20x squared plus 2x squared gives us minus 18x squared. So now what we can do, we can bring down the next term, which is a plus 45x. So let's bring that down. Now we need to ask ourselves, what do I need to multiply my 3x, which is still my main character in this case, what do I need to multiply my 3x to get minus 18x squared? So in this case, I need to multiply by 6x, negative 6x, because we want to match the value in this case. So 3x multiplied by minus 6x gives us minus 18x squared, and minus 2 multiplied by minus 6x, that gives us positive 12x. So now in this case, again, one thing that we need to do is switch the sign. So if I switch the sign here, and that become a plus, that become a minus 18x squared plus 18x squared cancel each other out, so nothing to declare. Again, 45 minus 12x, that will give us 3 and 3, so it'll be 33x. Now we can bring down the minus 22, which is the last term. It will be minus 22. So again, what do I need to multiply my 3x in order to get 33x minus 22? I need to multiply my 3x by 11, so positive 11. So 3x times positive 11 gives me 33x, and 11 times minus 2 gives me minus 22. Once again, for the last time, we need to change the sign and finish this. So in this case, that gives us 0 and 0. So there's nothing really to mention here. So that means our final answer can be rewritten as the function of f of x. Now, instead of writing the cubic, we can rewrite it as the quadratic, which, as the factor, so it'll be 3x minus 2. And that gets multiplied by x squared minus 6x plus 11. So we simplify, we factorize the 3x minus 2 from the cubic, giving us that quadratic. So now we need to show that we have no solutions for this part here. No solutions. So we can prove this by using our discriminant, as mentioned earlier, b squared minus 4ac. So let's identify our a, which is 1. That's the number in front of the x squared. My b is equal to minus 6, and my c is equal to 11. So if I substitute all of the numbers in my discriminant, that gives me minus 6 squared minus 4. My a is 1 and my c is 11. So when I put this in my calculator, that gives me an answer of negative 8, which is less than 0. Therefore, no solution. And we have proven that here. So given the quadratic has no solution, there's only one solution, which is the 3x minus 2. And that will be the final part for part B. So moving on to the next part, which is part C. Again, we have the word hence. That means we can use the answers from the previous part. And if you look closely, this equation here, although it might look different, is exactly the same equation that we had earlier, but instead of having x, we have ln 2x. So in order to do part C is only 2 mark as well, so it should be nice and simple. So the only solution from part B of part A that we had is that x is equal to 2 over 3. So if you adjust this, so now it becomes ln 2x, because we replace the x with ln 2x, is going to be equal to 2 over 3, as this is still the only solution for this equation here. So we need to find the value of x here. So what we need to do first, we need to first of all get rid of the ln. And in order to get rid of ln, we need to take to the power of e on both sides. So now this will simplify down to e and ln will cancel out. This will simplify down to 2x is equal to e to the power of 2 over 3. And this now will simplify down to x is equal to 1 over 2 e to the power of 2 over 3. And that would be your final answer for part C. Hopefully this question here was clear. We've broken it down and went through it very slowly in order to make sure that we clearly understand what are we doing here and what are the steps. Any questions or anything at all, do let me know in the comments down below. Thank you.